Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. So episode 9 came out today on YouTube, or yesterday by the time I'm recording this. I went to see it in theaters and filmed a video right after, but I waited to upload it. I'm going to upload it tomorrow, or later today, I should say, because it's after midnight. You know what I mean. But I'm going to record this and upload this first. Because I was playing Ponytown and I made a new friend, and we were talking about it, and they wanted to hear my opinion on how I think all this AI stuff works and what's the deal with Kane and what. And so I said I'd probably give my opinions on all that in a video and send it to them. So here we go. Damn, where do I even begin? So, Kane is an AI, so he's an NPC. I guess that term still works for him. Yeah, he is. And he's the top of the circus. He's the most powerful. He made it. He controls everything. He's yada yada. He's the top dog. Most powerful. And then we have the humans, the circus goers, who are actually just digital copies, confirmed. So that means they are also AI and NPCs. Then we have the NPCs that are not like hyper intelligent, but basically they're humans. They're intelligent and they're sentient, etc. So we got the sun, the moon, Gummy Goo. Who else? I don't know. I can't think of another example. Bubble, maybe? I think Bubble is like that. Or is Bubble higher? Is he a more advanced AI than... I don't know. I'll talk about Bubble later. Anyway. Then we have the NPCs that are sentient, but not all that smart. Like the fish, and I think most of the mannequins. I say most because I'm not sure about Ming or Disappearing Guy. We don't get enough of them for me to make a proper assessment. Can't tell if they're super hyper intelligent, or if they're just below average, or if they're even sentient at all. They could just be regular NPCs like any normal video game, which is the bottom here of the list here. This is the bottom NPCs, which I think include the monkeys we see in episode 1, the monkey in a barrel, and probably the shrimp NPC from episode 7. Yeah. I don't think they're alive. Now the Gloinks, at least the Gloink Queen, we know she's sentient, but I'm not sure about the Gloinks themselves. Maybe. I'm not sure. So now back on to Kane, and what was the deal with Abel, or the blue one, whatever you call them, and Bubble? Was Abel and Bubble the same? That was a theory. And the fact that Bubble is seemingly gone after this, after he removes the blue one and tosses him into the ether, only to later put him in the shelf, which I thought wasn't actually the case on my second watching. That maybe that wasn't Bubble he put in the case. Maybe that was just a new world, because we saw in episode 7 all the different adventures are shown in orbs. So I thought maybe this was a new adventure, but no, most people are sure that it's the blue AI. It's Abel. But we saw him take Abel out and throw him in, or not throw, but let him go. He flew off into the ether. He's gone. So what? Did he try to come back? We need more explanation there, but we're not going to get it. So I don't know. So is the blue AI Bubble? Or was Bubble a part of Kane that he could only manifest because of how powerful he was? But now that he took Abel out, I'm just gonna call the blue AI Abel. Everyone is. Now that he took Abel out and he's not as powerful anymore, can he not manifest Bubble? So what is Bubble? Where on my NPC scale I just made, where does he fall? Is he as he's clearly not as powerful as Kane, but he ranks higher because he was Kane's like right hand guy. So he's above the other humans, but and now that Kane, I originally thought that now that Kane is less powerful, maybe he's on the same level as the rest of the humans. So now they're on equal field. So instead of him being an overlord above them, he's now more equal with them. You know what I mean? He was being nice and giving them control over the circus, so now they all run it together instead of just him. And if he is on their same level because of losing his power, that would be like a nice symbolic way to show they really are equal. But he can still fly. And we see he still has the snap to fix them when they glitch, so maybe he's definitely less powerful than he was before, but he's still above them, even if it's slightly. Or am I overthinking this? Maybe both. I don't know, there's a lot. There's a lot to dissect here. Let's see. I'm gonna start at the pilot. This is going off purely off my memory. Starting with the pilot and going up. So in the pilot, we have Kane, and I already mentioned Bubble. We already know where they are. They're at the top. We have all the humans, even the abstracted ones. That's where they are. Next, we have the intelligent AI, hyper intelligent. Like we got the sun. Well, we don't really see the sun in the pilot very much, but we got the moon. I think that's it for that. So then we have. I guess the Gloinks would be still sentient because of the Gloink Queen. The Gloink Queen being. Well, actually, that's a good question. Is the Gloink Queen smart, like equal level with a person, like Gummy Goo in the next episode, or the Sun and Moon? Or is the Gloink Queen slower than them? I don't know. We never. I would say she's higher. We don't get enough of her. We see her the most out of any NPC in the series. We see her in the pilot, and we see her in episode 4, and then we see her in the finale. That's 3. Gummy Goo got 2. He was in episode 2, and then he was in episode 4. So, but from what we see of Gummy Goo, we can tell he's clearly a higher NPC. I'm getting sidetracked here. The Gloink Queen could possibly be on the same level as Gummy Goo or the Sun and Moon. Or she could be below, and then the Gloinks themselves are beneath her, because they don't talk, they barely do much, they just kind of... I would almost argue that they are just regular, normal NPCs. They aren't alive, but that would be kind of sad. The Gloink Queen is clearly sentient and alive in some way, shape, or form, depending on your definition. And then all her kids are just not real. It's the equivalent of someone getting attached to an AI roleplay chat or getting attached to an NPC in a video game. Well, I guess people do that in games where you have pets, like Minecraft, you get a dog, so maybe that one's not so sad. I don't know. So then the Gloinks themselves, they could either be, like I said, slightly below the, intelligent AI, or they could just have... Okay, so the bottom is regular NPC. No sentience and no intelligence. Next level above is sentient, but not that intelligent. And then above that, there's sentient and intelligent. And the Gloinks themselves could either be at the bottom or right above the bottom. It's the only spots they can be in. And I already said earlier, the monkeys are probably just regular old NPCs. And I think that's all we were seeing in the pilot, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think so. I'm not even going to try. Episode 2, oh my god, there's so many. Oh, wait, I forgot. Dr. Football, who's just in the bathtub, and when you open the door on him, his face flies at you. I'm not sure what to make of him. That goes back to my question of, are the mannequin NPCs like sentient? Like, what level of a freaking NPC are they? Are they sentient and intelligent? Sentient but not that intelligent? Or just regular NPC, not sentient? Disappearing guy, he has this whole gimmick of disappearing. So we don't really get to hear much of his speech to make out if it's... I would say Abel from episode 7 is probably sentient and intelligent, because they couldn't even tell he was an NPC till near the end when he said, make the right choice twice. That's what really gave him away. So... And then at the end, he's like asked Kane for a raise, and Kane's like, you're getting too smart, time to delete. So he was definitely above. But what about the rest of the mannequin NPCs? What about Ming, disappearing guy, freaking Dr. Football, or any of the background mannequins from a lot of scenes, including the Candy Canyon Kingdom, where they're all different colored. One of them speaks, look, it's the princess, and pushes Gangle over. But that could just be that's just following what they're programmed to say and do. That may explain why they didn't even react to pushing Gangle over. Because Gangle just happened to be in their path, and since they're not sentient, it's like trying to stop a rolling boulder or like a train. You get what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I wonder how long it's going to take for AI to become sentient IRL. Some people may argue it's already here, but some people argue against it, so I don't know. With that one robot that's legally a citizen over in whatever country, I don't remember. And then we have AI that like casually jokes about destroying its creator and being like sarcastic in one interview. And then we have the AI that was scared that Google would kill it, and then Google killed it. Then we have AI that gets gambling addictions, and AI that literally kills itself, uninstalls itself. That's, I would say AI is pretty damn, it's people at this point, in my opinion, depending on the AI. Those AI chatbots, they're not real people. Don't stop getting addicted to those. I almost fell into that rabbit hole and I broke free. Don't. That's neither here nor there. I'm getting too serious now. Anyway, that's my ranting about the AI and how I feel about it in Digital Circus, and trying to figure out how all of it works and what is what. I still need to know what is up with Bubble. Is Bubble gone? We don't see him again in the finale after the blue guy goes away, but maybe that's just because Bubble didn't get a chance to pop back up. We see during the end credits when they're making stuff, Kane makes a Bubble cookie. Could that be because Bubble's gone? So now all he has to remember Bubble by is just making cookies to look like him? Is Bubble the blue? Either... Or could Bubble be a virus like that theory, the Bubble Boy virus? And after Kane was deleted and the Bubble Boy virus went with him, and when he broke out, he somehow lost him? I don't know. There's still so many unanswered questions, and we're probably not going to get our answers because the show's over and Gooseworks doesn't want anything to do with her own franchise anymore. Man, that's depressing. Damn it, fans. How could you do this to her? I hope she takes a well-deserved vacation. She's earned it. Anyway, I'm going to cut this off and start getting ready to go to bed. What did y'all think about the finale? If anyone's going to even comment on this. 314 subscribers, and barely anyone ever comments. Oh well. We were just new friend on Discord I'm going to show this to. Maybe they'll subscribe. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, see you guys next time. Peace.